Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Time to Roll's Campaign 1. We are back after the 1 week break that I am unfortunately, yet fortunately, had to take. Everything went well. My two friends were they had already been married, but they were hosting a party in celebration for their marriage. So I flew all the way down to Houston to go see that. So that was fun. Josh, Peter, if you ever watched this, congrats, guys. It's great. But we have a lot to get into. We are starting a little bit late because my power decided to go out. But we're gonna get into it. I think Mousy has to leave a little early today, so expect that if she just randomly leaves, that's why. But other than that, there's not really a whole lot of announcements going on. We are on Apple Podcasts officially, so if you have an iPhone, you just want to get your podcast that way, that's where you can get that. Obviously, if you want to go support us financially, you can go to TimeToRole.com and you get pick up some of our sick merch. We're going to be um we'll be pulling out uh some cool some cool designs here fairly soon. Mousy's been working really hard, and I plan on putting some of the things she's drawn for me and everybody else out on the shop soon. So if you're interested in that, go to www.timetorole.com, and that's where you'll find all that. But anyways, I think that's it. We're gonna go ahead and hop right into this because, again, got a lot to go over. And all right, let's do it.
Floor needles. That makes sense.
I love sharing needles.
I'm sorry. What did you just say?
I like crocodile heroin, but I mean, each their own.
I feel like there's
That
gonna
can
be
happen.
there's gonna be a whole ass compilation by the end of this campaign of just
The opening.
batshit stuff that's said the second I undeafen.
I
It's
think
the
I still have
best
some
time.
black tar heroin left.
Oh my god.
Like honestly, the first 30
And that's
seconds
us
of
getting
the first 30
demonetized.
seconds of your stream are the best moments.
Getting demonetized.
Instantly
Losing
demonetized.
our platform.
Okay. All right, let's do since it's been a couple weeks since we played, let's do a short little recap. After finding yourself being invited to the anointment ceremony via Zemine Rona, Zane's mother, more as a serving both as a kind of like watchdogs for the ceremony while also serving as just honored guests of the Rona house. You were all invited there. That is where disaster struck, and Torbin von Aurrelius, the vampire that Archer eventually gave up, that he let loose on the world, came to the party and was invited, and ended up essentially kidnapping most of you, and bringing all of you to an unknown location where a good party was formed to track him down and track down all of your friends. And you entered into what you assumed to be Torbin's castle, Torbin's house, Torbin's island. You have no idea. At the end of the day, it was you were summoned into dark and kind of humid and muggy conditions. You're summoned into a swamp. Went through all sorts of trials, going through a few that were deadlier than others, some being deadly because of the DM's own fault. But nevertheless, you eventually did find Torbin inside of his main hall and main chamber with Zemine and Elkas tied up on a pedestal in front of you. This is where Torbin proclaimed that Arthur Ebraxian, the High Magistrate of Ebrax, one of the members of one of the founding families of Ebrax, was joining him and a mysterious name of some organization called the Masquerader Syndicate. That is where they donned 2 porcelain white masks and proceeded to kill Elkas in front of all of you. That is when they decided to leave, and Torbin, out of whether it be pity or arrogance, threw a bag of diamonds at Vaten's feet. That is where Vaten used that to resurrect Elkas from the dead. You were then teleported outside into the aviarian sanctuary of Ebrax, one that Malleus, Saint's father, recognized and knew all too well. And that's where you made your way out of the aviarian section of the sanctuary and made your way to where you are now. Lexi, we are echoing like a motherfucker through your mic. I don't know why. But I don't know why. Okay. Well, either way, you are now here. You walk out. There's a dome, a glass dome that is. You look back, and it's just a. What you couldn't see on the inside was the sheer scale, or what you thought was the sheer scale of this sanctuary. It looked huge but as you're leaving, you look back, and the dome is maybe half the size of what it was as to when you're inside of it. Zane, you've heard of this. This is a magic that your father is responsible for, with the help of a few other talented wizards and sorcerers that live in Ebrax. You would know that this is a magic that significantly increases the size on the inside of a structure. It's more or less it's an enchantment that can really only be done on stable and like more concrete locations, but you do know that your father had something to do with the creation of it. But you look
it
back,
works very well on police boxes.
Yes, it does. But you look back, and it's fairly small, but you walk out into this, honestly, it feels like a tropical beach. There's colorful plants all over the place. You see birds, like parrot type birds flying throughout the air. And in front of you, you smell the ocean, and hear the waves crashing into wood and sand. Now, if we go and pull some ambiance into this bitch. Yeah, you see multiple dirt paths ahead. Ander kind of like walks out and stretches, excited. You look back in the Valkyrie class automatons that brought you to the door. Are no longer, you can no longer see them. They're gone. Presumptively, they've flown back into the sanctuary. But whatever path you wish to take is yours. Ander's just gonna like stretch. Yep. See you later, and he's just gonna take off down this path, running towards the ocean. What he presumes is the ocean.
Oh, might as well keep up with him.
All of you notice that when he runs, he's a lot faster than an average human. And a lot of you have already gathered that that's either he's been enhancing his body with magic, or he is just that well trained that his body is just in more of a peak condition than you're used to seeing human bodies in. But he's running a lot faster. Honestly, he's running as fast, if not faster, than when Beat gets down on all fours and takes off, and is with his feline speed. It's almost, it is inhuman, by all means. Which I'm realizing Beat was.
Your father's quite quick on the feet there.
That's not
taking the Lance Armstrong approach.
Well, that's not his father. That's Ander, the ship captain.
Oh, the ship captain. Okay.
Yes. But you'll see Malleus and Zemine kind of like stroll taking a walk this way together. But eventually all of you come up to a dock area. It's a pretty intricate dock system, as you see on the map. It's you get up there and there's only one boat, and it's a smaller boat. A lot of about the size of maybe a sloop, not that large. But as you walk up, you'll see Malleus kind of like wander up to the looks to be a cabin of some sort. It's looks to be made out of like palm tree logs, stacked on one another with some sort of shale roof, with like straw hanging out of each crack of the shale. And he'll walk up and be like, "Hey, Solomon, you in there?" At which all of you will see a bright, like tealish green scaled turtle, with a pure black obsidian looking shell on his back. Kind of wander around. We're only using the turtle token because, haha, forgot to make one for him. But he'll like walk out and just kind of, "Mr. Rona. Huh. When did you get here?" And then he'll like look past. "When did all of you get here?" And you'll see Malleus put up a sign. I know. I was not scheduled to be here, but I don't know if you know what's going on. I don't know if there's been any word sent, but something went down earlier with the anointment ceremony, and you'll just see Solomon put up his hand. "Yeah, I heard about that. So didn't really hear much about what happened. All I know is that there was some explosions and."
Who's this saying this?
This is Solomon. He's the turquoise turtle, so a turtle humanoid person with a black obsidian shell. He's standing over here.
And do we know him or?
It seems like Malleus, Zane's father, knows him. None of you recognize him. He's a new character. Unfortunately, I had heard that a good 30 people died during that explosion. I don't know if all of you were involved in that. They haven't really released the names of those that perished, but that was 4 days ago.
Okay.
You'll see Malleus kind of look. "Solomon, I don't know what you mean. We've only been gone for what, a night maybe?" And he'll like look back at all of you. "Well, I don't know. What's it?"
Judging from like the sun or anything, can I tell if that much time has passed?
Make a nature check.
Got 2 turn off disadvantage, but the 18 is the first one, so
18.
18.
Yeah. I'd say so. It's you look up and just gauging from the sun through all your travels through the desert and making your way across the Sabathian desert and going across the ocean best way you knew how. Yeah. It's been about 3.5, 4 days since the last sun you looked at.
That shelled one is correct. It has been days.
I'm confused, but
I'm also confused, but well, Solomon, I don't know how else to ask, but I mean, I see that ship you have there is that have anybody's name on it, and Solomon will just kind of like scratch his neck. Well, that's a good question. Let me check my logs. I see you got a good amount of people there, and he'll start doing a head count over all of you. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's 15 of you here. What in the hell happened?
Too much to really go into detail on, to be honest.
Well, it says that this boat isn't. Be honest, it's not the best type of boat. Can't really do much flying anymore, but that's all right. There's been a no-fly zone put over the entire country since the event happened, or the incident, I suppose. So you'll have to travel by sea, but on the bright side, you're not that far away. The only problem is I don't necessarily have anybody here that can provide safe passageway back towards the Bay of Scholars. Is there anyone here that's... Do you know any... Are you capable of steering this boat, Malleus? Malleus is like, no, I'm not, but I know there just happens to be a skyship captain in our midst whose father is a very well-known mariner down south. And Anders just kind of like... At this point, you see Ander, like, full-blown, like, just, like, sitting on the dock with his feet dangling in the water. He looks very at home in the water. He'll kind of, like, say, well, I guess it means it's my cue. And he'll just, like, walk past. He'll slap Ori on the back a little bit. Lightly. He'll walk up. Well, Andrew Newgate, nice to meet you, sir. What was your... Solomon, nice to meet you. Well, if you know what you're doing with that there boat, it's all yours to take. But with 15 people, it's going to be a bit of a tight living quarters for the next day and a half or so. Hope that's not a issue. Hopefully all of you are comfortable with each other.
Did you count the big one as 2?
I did not, but... Well, that is a problem you're going to have to deal with.
He'll be
Freak
fine.
that. My quarter.
Okay. With a Lara on your head, yeah.
Yeah.
Could I go invisible without him noticing? Like, walk behind him and then go invisible?
Make a stealth check. Or I'm gonna say stealth check, yeah. No advantage, just straight stealth. Okay.
I say you can't hear Todd if he's walking, so.
Right, but all of you are in front of him. 14 on the stealth. So you go to try to slip your hood over on your head. He kind of looks at you a little. Well, that's a little weird. I know some people are able to go invisible, but that's a nice trick, mister. And you'll, like, clap his hands a little bit.
Oh, you get to keep your watch for the day. I'm going to take it off and jump on the ship.
Okay. And Agatha, along with Elkas and Archer, and Pavin, will start walking. Well, Pavin's actually not going to go right away. Amvudius will join them. We'll start walking towards the deck, and they'll all hop on. For the sake of being able to fit everyone's token on this fucking boat. They'll I'm just gonna say Agatha goes underneath the deck. And so does, well, Invudius will probably stay up top. In fact, Invudius will probably stay right where he's at. And Archer and Elkas will just kind of hang out. Zemine will kind of like walk up and tap Malleus on the shoulder. Well, dear, after you, I suppose. Right, yeah. Well, Solomon, thank you again. I'll make sure to have someone from Senva bring this boat back to your docks just so you have it in hand. Well, that's fine. There's going to be ships coming in and out of these ports, like always, hopefully. Oh, and, well, yeah. Be safe. And you'll just kind of see him kind of waddle up. Vatan, you'll see as you're walking by, you're going to see him, like, reach into a pouch that's, like, attached to his shell and, like, pull out what looks to be some sort of long, like, corncob pipe. And you'll see him, like, flick his finger, and you're going to see the tip of his thumb light on fire like a lighter. And he's going to, whatever he has in that pipe, he's just going to start smoking as he kicks back in a rocking chair in front of his little hut. As all of you, Anders just going to immediately run up and get behind the wheel and start checking it out. And, well, hey, I'm going to need somebody on sales, and, hey,
What's a sail?
the big piece of cloth in front of you. Hey, Ori, can you do me a favor?
I thought that was a blanket. Yeah, what's up?
When I ask you to, can you pull up the anchor? For some reason, they anchored it here in dock. Normally, you just tie them off, but I'm not seeing any tie-offs. But the anchor's down. So if you could do that, that'd be great.
Just right now, or
I'll tell you when. Make sure everyone gets on. And that's when Malleus and Zemine will walk on. And Pavin's gonna like hang back a little bit and kind of like sit there with his hands behind his back as you walk by Elka and just kind of like attempt to talk to you. And then just kind of slump and make his way onto the boat quietly, and he's gonna go under deck as well. And I'll say, Zemine, given the perceived night that she's had, she's gonna go under deck and find some place to relax. Probably chat with Agatha, yeah, Malleus will probably stay up and make sure that there's no problems. But as this happens, Anders just gonna look back. All right, Ori, burn her up. You don't need to roll a strength check. You're well strong enough to do it.
or he just pulls it up,
Pull-
puts it wherever.
And
you know where to put it. He'll slip around a bit.
and you'll see Malleus along with Unvudius use Mage Hand to push the boat out off of the dock. Just give it a little shove from the dock. And off you go on the open ocean. Well, do I really? 1 sec. You forgot. Given how prepared I am, I honestly forgot to download a map.
While you're doing that, we're just gonna walk over to Zane and say, how long do you think we'll be here in this country?
I wouldn't assume much longer.
Okay, good. It's hard to kill people with those machines around. Been a while since I killed an innocent. I'm kind of itching, so sooner the better.
Give us some time, buddy. We'll get out of here as soon as we can for you.
All right, good. First person I'm seeing, I'm going at it. So,
All right. Let's make sure it's not somebody important to us.
I'll just be a random stranger.
Oh, good.
Hopefully.
Maybe you can kill Larry when we get back. He seemed to follow us pretty easily.
Who's Larry?
The weird little creature who we took to Leon. By the way, remind me when we get back there. I am punching that man in the face.
I can kill Larry. You want me to kill Larry? Does anyone here want me to kill Larry when we get back?
I'm gonna have to punch Leon though for working with that dick bag.
Wait, Larry, the little guy?
Yeah, the little lizard that we
The little
saved.
freak, yeah.
Him and all our
Yeah, I'll kill
friends
him.
now.
Why?
Oh, well,
I'm sorry.
how good of friends are you?
I can be bought.
You what?
He
When
can be
did
bought.
you? When did you
this
like?
happen?
Yeah, we've been kind of away.
I don't know. I had a dream.
We don't need to
Just
hear
dream
about that.
you two being friends.
Maybe.
All right. Well, when we get back, I'm killing him. So hopefully you're not that attached to him.
I might have drank from the wrong jug.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you want to hold him down, I'll just whack at him and
Casually talking about an endangered race, about killing an endangered race. That's
I don't think Ori knows that.
it was mentioned many times.
Doesn't mean
Right.
Ori was listening.
That's
in
also
character.
fair.
Well, that doesn't mean Ori was. Yeah.
All right, so there. Here's the ship. Looks a little different than the generic one I had on there, but
Yay, boat.
Yeah, boat.
so
Oh, I like this water is nice. Cool.
yeah, it is. I
You make this one, you
admittedly,
just find it.
I admittedly found the shit out of this because it looked awesome. And
Yeah, I like how they made the waves kind of go along the ship.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, whomever made this, thank you for making it. They did. Incarnate didn't tell me who made it.
Plagiarism.
No.
No, it's a free to use.
Artha.
It's a free to use piece of software.
Can you drag me? I can't drag myself. for
That
some
is
reason.
so goddamn weird. And looks like Nate, you can drag Ori now by the looks of it.
Yeah, it just suddenly started working. I had no idea what happened.
It's roll 20. I don't know. Anyways, so the for the better part of today, which you exit, and it's Vaten, I'm gonna say with your nature check earlier, you would know that it's about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the morning. And you look around and skies are clear, there's some rolling waves in the sea, but it's actually remarkably calm. And there's a slight breeze, and Anders gonna like look out at all of you and just, all right, well, drop the sails. How you do that? A little pull that little rope right there in front of you, and as he points to Zane, and I got the ones back here. Vaten, can you grab the one in the center, please? We just got the one closest to Zane, the little notch. Point to that. Just loosen that, and I'll drop the sail. I am gonna say, with the help of Ander describing it to you, Zane and Vaten, do me a favor, and I'm gonna say just a general dexterity check, because this is the essence of trying to be able to grab the rope before it fully unfurls and stop it to where it's taut.
13?
Okay, it's not that hard of a DC. You're able to do it, and you are rolling with advantage because Anders describing to you how to do it. But with 13 and with a 21, yeah, you're able to bring it down. You'll see Ander like kind of hop back and like unloosen a rope with one hand, and then just tie it off with one hand. And he'll get back on the helm. You'll Zane, you wouldn't know this, but Malleus would, given that he's had to take this very path a few times. Malleus will kind of walk up and just be like, well, We got about a day and a half ish, depending on the weather. Got to go north, Captain. We got to go north. And Anders is like, I got it. I got it. Don't worry your pretty little head about it. But all of you are on the open ocean. Some of you, I believe, for the first time. Most of you have. It's kind of weird. Most people in their lives in Ammriel, in order to travel across and get to different countries, you need to travel through the sea. Most of you have had the pleasure, and maybe it's being born into a status where you have this luxury, or some of you being born into just happenstance or getting lucky. Most of your travel has been via airship. For the sake of Elka, it was via Arun just happening to pass over Sylvania and her finding a quick way down to the mainland, we'll call it. But some of you, it's the first time being on a boat. Given that the wind and the ocean is fairly calm, most of you won't deal with any sort of seasickness, at least for right now. But that being said, you're going north. I would like... Let's see here. Can I have Elka, Alara, Thaddeus all roll a d20 for me? No.
19.
19.
Okay. Damn. 8. And then Alara.
Let's see.
There she is.
There it is.
Can you hear me now?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay. Bro, I got 13. For some reason, I need to fix.
That's fine. Hey, Lexi, do me a favor. In Discord, go to user settings. Go to voice and video. Scroll down, and then there's in the advanced section. There's going to be noise suppression. Just click on standard, and then that will remove a lot of background noise, and hopefully that might remove us coming through your speakers. Okay. Either way, so the reason I had you roll this d20.
Hold on. Can you hear me now?
Yes, you sound great.
Okay. That's why.
Much
It was the
better.
camera.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Oh, you're talking through the cam. Okay. That
Yeah, for
makes
some reason,
so
I
much
don't know
more
why,
sense.
it was taking the audio through my camera and it wasn't through the snowball, so I had to go back and fix it.
Beats me.
It should be better now.
Gotcha. Okay, so the reason I had you four roll d20, the lowest roll was going to be the one I was going to have to roll the survival check for the day. So, Thaddeus, can you roll a survival check for me real quick? And this will be with advantage because you're being guided by Captain Newgate.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Hey.
Uh,
Yo.
Oh, yo.
the rest of the day is filled with a calm sail, and with the natural 20, out of nowhere, seemingly, the wind picks up, but it's right behind your sail. And because of the natural 20, you've dropped the half day of sail that you guys would have had tomorrow morning. So
Did we mysteriously heal all of our hit points?
this you're sleeping on the boat and getting a long rest on the boat. So you would have a long rest, so all of your HP is reset anyways. All your spells and HP. So,
You're welcome, everybody.
with that,
Yeah.
Andrew just kind of smiles and is happy to be on the open ocean for the first time in a while. What's up,
Is there
Or?
a fishing rod?
You know what? Make an investigation check for me. At first glance, you can only really see barrels and maybe like the little rowboat that Thaddeus is currently sitting in.
My investigation sucks, but that's a 16.
16. After looking around for a while, you don't necessarily see a fishing rod, but you do find a what looks to be a pole that has a little loop drilled into the end of it, and you would know this to be a well, you wouldn't know this, but it's some sort of tool for fixing a sail. You could, and you also found you'd also find random rope sitting about on the ship. I'm gonna say with enough time, you'd be able to fasten yourself a makeshift fishing pole out of that.
All right, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Anders sees you doing this, and he's just kind of like, he just shrugs his shoulders, knowing that he really just doesn't care. This isn't his boat.
If I ain't killing, I'm fishing.
Fair enough. Is there anything else anybody else wants to do? Onvudius is going to be sitting at the, which I've been lacking. I'm dragging other people. There's some videos.
With my previous history
Mhm.
of my early life and what happened,
Mm-hmm.
would I be suffering any anxiety or familiarity with this boat, or
You could tell right away that this boat is not one and the same as the one that you and Noetic were on, given just the sheer size of it. The one you were on was more of a galleon type ship, primarily meant for trading and for the sake of what was going on with you, trafficking. But no, you unless you feel Thaddeus has some sort of uneasiness about being on open water in general, then you wouldn't have anything that would trigger you to think that this is the same boat or anything like that.
somebody pick a number between 1 and 100?
Oh, sweet Jesus.
26.
How are you supposed to play your character
73.
if Corgan's not here to roll for you?
Right.
Okay. Oh, I'm fine.
Okay. Yeah, no, you're fine. After smooth sailing and all of you just kind of relaxing, maybe Ori's fishing. In fact, Ori, make a.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
What should I have you roll for this? I actually don't know.
Survival, probably?
Yeah, so I was thinking either nature or survival. Let's go just survival. Yeah.
I got +7 in that. Hell yeah.
Animal handling.
Oh.
Let's take it off the hook.
26.
Okay. 26. You have a makeshift pole. And you have about probably, I'd say 100 feet of silken rope that you were able to attach to this pole and kind of use as a.
Do I got anything for bait, actually? Hold on.
You'd have jerky, like dried meat,
Yeah, I'll use that.
in your ration packs. Yeah, absolutely. But you use that, and with a 26, yeah, it takes some time because you are going along at a fairly fast clip. But you feel tug. And you feel the tug, and it starts to tighten. And then you're onto something. You hook something. You go to try to pull it in and make a strength check for me.
Uh, 17.
17. I'm going to say make it athletics, so add your proficiency if you're proficient with it.
Okay, then that would be. What was it? 23.
23. Yeah, you're able to drag in, and you feel whatever's on the end of this, on the end of your line is massive. But you bringing it in, you're bringing it in, and it gets to the boat, and immediately you start to see a dorsal fin come up out of the water. You would not recognize this fish, since you haven't really done much open ocean. But what it
Would
looked,
I?
Yeah, this is the first time Ori's been on the ocean.
Thaddeus, no, you really wouldn't. I mean, other than the occasional boat that you've taken, you haven't really been in open ocean. But you pull it up, and it is a. You wouldn't know what it is, but for the sake of everybody else, it's a tuna. It is a large blue or yellowfin tuna, probably about 80 pounds. Big fish. You're able to get it up to the side of the boat. I'm gonna need you to make an animal handling check to get it up in the.
That's awful. Okay, let's see how this goes.
Would you like me to shoot it with a bow?
I don't think that would be helpful.
19.
Can I assist with the animal handling?
Yeah, if you want to come over and help him get it up, yeah. So roll with advantage. See if you roll any better.
Dirty 20.
With the advantage, that is just enough for you to get the slippery fish up over the boat. The DC was 20. You get it up, and you now have in possession a for all intents and purposes, a sushi grade yellowfin tuna. On boat. Andrew's gonna look to.
Hell yeah.
Will I be damned?
If I ain't killing, I'm fishing.
Fair enough. Okay.
How heavy did you say it was?
Without being gutted or fillet, it's about 80. It's an 80-pound fish.
Okay.
As is. Probably after you fillet it out, it'll be about, I'd say about 35, 40 pounds of meat.
It's a baby tuna.
It's a relatively.
I'll turn to Vaten. Do you want to take care of this?
This one will help, yes. I'll pull out my knife and start going about cleaning and whatnot.
Okay. Yeah, and you have cunning craftsman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've already established that helps you with cooking, even though it doesn't technically say that, right? Yeah. So yeah, you're able.
Yeah, I mean, I figure between the survival score and the
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, you.
craftsman and everything. Yeah.
You're able to break down this fish in a very. It doesn't take you as long as people would think, but it takes you about an hour to fully break it down into fillets and to get to the point where they can be either ate fresh there on the boat for dinner or dried over time and salted and dried and made into maybe smoked fish once you get to shore. A reminder, you do have that item that keeps food fresh.
Yep, I was going to offer the use of that.
But
Ori will, I guess, let Vaten hang on to it then.
40 pounds, for the sake of marking it, 40 pounds of tuna, we'll just say, for the sake of easy to track and for memory.
It's a big boy.
It is a big boy. Not the biggest tuna in the world. Definitely a good catch for someone who's using a makeshift fishing pole. Okay.
He needs a fishing cap.
So, for the sake of time, the day goes on. all of you relaxing. You see Onvudius writing in a book and a journal. You see Malleus just kind of like keeping track and looking at. In fact, Malleus would probably be up in the crow's nest, just looking around. Pavin is okay. You'll see Pavin just kind of like sitting on a barrel, like looking like he desperately wants to talk. You could tell he wants to talk to you, but he is not doing it.
I'll go over and talk to him.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm just, Elka will walk over and be like, you look like you're itching to say something.
Yeah. You could say that.
Say it.
I was wrong and I'm sorry. Does that cover?
Wrong about what?
Your friends. You trust them, yeah?
Mostly.
God, I can't wait to kill
Not
again.
muted.
Somebody
Oh, I
have
would've- I would've
alcohol.
had
I
Ori actually
need a
killed him, but-
drink.
Haven't just kind of like smile. They're kind of boisterous. Listen, I know I've been not a great brother ever. And now that I see you out here living, being free, I can see why you escaped our family the best you could. I'm not jealous. Jealousy doesn't suit me. But I just wanted to say I'm sorry for how I treated you as a kid. And how I've treated you in the past. And seeing Uncle Elkas die in front of me was kind of an eye-opener. And
Yeah.
I know that is going to have to be discussed later, but
Well, you know, nothing brings family together like shared trauma.
yeah, that's a way to say it. You know,
I get it. You were always the best and the greatest, and I wasn't. But I appreciate the apology.
well, and I'm now realizing I let it get to my head. Have already gathered.
Yeah.
Constant praise from loose the old ego.
Yeah.
So, I know our relationship won't ever be that of a normal brother and sister, and I certainly hope it's not. Because I don't deserve a loving sister after everything I put you through. But Mom would love to see you. That's wouldn't hurt to bring your friends and hopefully make Grandpa a little angry.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really know if they're ready to go back to our own, you know?
I understand. That place is... Admittedly, this is much nicer than being up there. It has its own
They weren't
benefits.
exactly, I mean, they weren't really welcomed anyway, so I'm not sure that, I mean, I guess that was the South, but...
Yeah, well...
The deep south.
Yeah, well... I'm sure if a daughter of Arun was coming home and announced her visit back, and maybe Dad will not be as harsh on you if I put in a good word and say that you're doing well.
What's he gonna do? I'm an adult now.
I know. And I am as well, and for some reason he thinks that He has total control over my life, so I can only imagine what he'd try to do to you.
You're not making it sound like I would want to go home.
I'm not good at this. Listen, all I'm trying to say is Mom misses you. She worries about you constantly. And up until recently, I just always thought it was annoying. But seeing the way she acts and the way you are now, I mean, look at you. You're traveling with all these. He kind of like side glances and looks at Ori. You're traveling with all these strong people. You survived that. What we just went through. I'd say it's about time there stops being some sort of notion that you're useless or anything like that, because you're not. I've seen that with my I've seen that with my own eyes now.
I do also have, that secret about Grandpa.
And you should keep that close in hand, because that'll really give him an ulcer.
I'll think about it.
I don't think he knows anybody. I don't think he understands that people know about that. I think he thinks it's still a secret.
Old people.
Right. Well, once we land back in Senva, I plan on going back home, I guess. It's what I've been ordered to do. So.
You don't have to, right?
I know. You've proved that to me. But I think it's the right thing to do for me. So.
Okay.
Good talk, sis. I'm glad that happened. And sorry again.
Thank you for apologizing.
Should have done it sooner.
Nah. Just, when you go home, just tell Mom I'm okay. And
Oh, I will...
I'll write.
Okay. Just... For her, it's proof of life, I think. Just so long she knows you're alive.
Well, as far as I know, I still am, so...
I'd say you're more than alive. But... Okay, well... I'm gonna go check on Uncle Elkas. He hasn't come out from underneath since we've got on our way.
Yeah, I'm sure Archer's making him rest. But if anything is wrong, come get me.
I'll do that. And you'll just see him kind of like smile and walk towards the walk down the stairway and go under deck. Vaten, you did everything you wanted to with that, by the way.
Okay. In that case, I would like to sit down and do a couple of ritual casts of augury.
Okay. And what are you trying to gain from that augury?
Essentially... Oh, you know what? Never mind, because it's a specific course of action to take in the next 30 minutes, and this is longer term. Never mind.
I mean, you could, if you wanted to figure out if anything good or bad is going to happen with the travel, you could, if that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah, no, I was thinking longer term.
Okay.
And then I actually read the spell, so.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, if there's anything else anybody wants to do, we'll move on into the night, and all of you have gained that that long rest.
Very quickly, I'm gonna just kind of wander around the ship and see if I can find any like kegs that may contain alcohol.
Make an investigation check. You search, and you search some more. Every barrel you check, every keg you check, most of them are empty. You're getting the sense that this ship was definitely not prepared for any long journey by Solomon, the shipwright. But you do not find any kegs of alcohol. And to be blunt, you really don't find much of anything. There's a few barrels of water, of fresh drinking water, that are on the top deck. But other than that, there's not much.
Well, I have kept opening my jug of alchemy, which is set to make wine, and pouring it in my lovely copper or silver cup. And I've been drinking it all day long, and nothing is happening.
Roll D8 for me, Todd. Cool. As you go to sleep tonight, everyone rests for the night. You all get a long rest. And
Oh fuck!
about
I just gotta
about 6 hours into your 8-hour long rest, you feel a boom side of the ship.
Mama Tuna is pissed.
You then feel another shake of the ship. The entire ship shakes. It doesn't feel like an impact. It feels like a single point impact. It feels like a boat long impact. Is anybody staying top deck for the night?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm tucked into the.
I'd be
lifeboat.
underneath.
Oh, you're tucked into the... Oh, that's even better.
Oh God.
Oh,
I have tied myself kind of
yeah,
underneath.
yeah, no, this is...
So the boat goes overboard, and we Thaddeus is lost to
dead.
sea.
All of you are shaken awake on top deck to massive waves that are starting to form. You look up, and there's a slight storm forming on the horizon to the south, which is making the waves start to become more tossy and turry. Thaddeus, as you're tying yourself down onto this boat, this little skiff boat, a wave comes up over the deck and just absolutely drenches you and brings you awake.
This is vinegar. What the hell? Captain!
Anders just laughing his ass off. He's that's good. That's real good.
I like salt in my mouth, but not that way.
Ew. I mean, you do you, but ew.
You eat like plain salt? What do you...
Salt on meat. Everybody likes salt.
Yeah, like on things.
Yeah, but straight salt's gross, don't you think?
Yeah, well, I wasn't expecting it.
Probably like fish pee in there too, so...
Oh my god.
You'll see on video as well, so would probably also be up on deck. He'll just kind of like walk up, like rubbing his eyes. I can fix that, and he'll just cast prestidigitation on you, and kind of dry up your clothes a little bit, make it not as damp, and then he'll also walk up and with like produce flame, and he'll just kind of like dry off the best he can. Going back to bed, and he's just gonna like wander off. So you're dry again. Everyone gets their long rest. You wake up in the morning, and as you wake up, Captain Newgate looks tired, but he's awake, wide awake, and has a big old grin on his face the second he sees people start to stir in the early morning. And he'll look up, and there's a bell above his head, and he'll just start ringing it. Land ho! Land ho! I believe we're entering into the Bay of Scholars now. And as you all wake up, you look out, and you are passing under the northern bridge of Senva, which is a great stone bridge that was created about a millennia ago. Zane would know this. That was used for archipelago of as you guys wander in very slowly, the wind is now in your. I'd like everyone to make a group.
Oh, I could have been.
A 12.
9.
18.
Not
24.
it's not with advantage or anything, so it's the 5.
Thought the first one was the one with advantage. Okay.
Yeah. You do not roll with advantage unless I ask you to.
No, I know. I just thought I had it set on advantage, and then
I got you.
I thought the first roll was the one with advantage, and the second one was the normal one.
No. Yeah, it's just
Okay.
if you ever do that, it's always the first roll. But
Oh, okay.
okay, so 16, 12, 12, 5, 18, 24, 13. Okay. And then that's for Captain Newgate, that's for Malleus, and that is for Undudius. Oh, they all rolled great. Well, actually, Malleus could have rolled a lot better, but Malleus looks up. Son of a bitch. And all of you see Valkyrie class Warforged just blanketing the skies above Senva. Zane, you've only seen the skies look like this once in your life. And it was during a active invasion scenario that the Council of Ebrax put on for the entirety of the archipelago. You get the sense that Ebrax is in the equivalent of like DEFCON 5, like full martial lockdown. It's the only time you've ever seen anything like this. And all of you look out and you see Warforged flying through the air. You see ships that look like some made out of what looks to be metal, just zipping along the top of the water, almost as if they're not even in the water. They're just hovering above the water. Zane, you would know these to be a form of police boats that Senva has in order to check out and patrol the waters of the Bay of Scholars. And eventually, as you guys come in, one of them will come right up along and tie off on your boat, and it'll be on it will be a young tiefling man, blue-skinned, black horns, pretty short black horns, and he'll kind of bored. I don't know who you are, but
Well, you better learn, boy.
This ship's marked as coming from the well, it seems like the ship's marked and was made by Shipwright Solomon. Is he on board with you?
No.
There, and then he'll look over and he'll spot Malleus, and then he'll spot Zemine walking up. After Zemine notices that they've slowed, And Zemine will walk up. What's going on? And
Oh,
you'll see her eyes kind of light up as soon as she sees like the Warforged flying through the skies. She'll young man, hello. Is everything all right? And the young tiefling kid will be, well, about that, ma'am. You see, we've been put on full lockdown since 4 days ago. And the council declared our country under a state of emergency, and it's been like this for a while. Where are you coming from? And Zemine will calm down. It's okay. We are coming from the northernmost island, the Aviarian sanctuary. Oh, so you're not coming from Windfrost? No, we're coming from the Aviarian sanctuary. Long story that I must get back to and tell the rest of the council. I'm sure you understand. We've had a very long couple of days. Yes, ma'am. And he'll just kind of like, yeah. Oh, yeah. She rolled a 19 on her persuasion, which is 19 plus 10, so 29. Yeah, very well, ma'am. I'll escort you back to the harbor. That will do. Thank you, young man. And he'll hop back up on his little platform, metal platform, and you will continue to the inner harbor.
So the other tiefling is left at this point, right?
Yeah, he hopped off and hopped back onto his craft, okay. And he's escorting you back to the inner harbor of Senva.
I'm gonna make my way to Zemine, kind of try to have a side conversation where that tiefling cannot hear me.
Oh yeah, no, he's off in front of you, wind in his head. He can't. You can talk freely.
Okay.
You get the sense of that.
Madam Zemine, this one has concerns. If that, this is me blanking on the other person's name, the other guy that was there with Torbin, the kind of head dude.
Right.
I'm blanking like crazy on his name.
Yes. Are you talking about Torbin the vampire? Or are you talking
No,
about...
no, like that's out of character. That is bingo
it's
blanking
Arthur.
on his name, not
Arthur.
about 10.
Ebraxian. Yeah, right. Arthur Ebraxian.
Arthur, thank you.
Yeah. And what are your concerns?
No, I'm talking about Arthur.
Right. No, and Zemine will ask you, what are your concerns?
If he's returned here. Yeah. No. That's what I'm getting into now. Okay. If he has returned here, then perhaps we might be branded as foes.
Well, if that happens, luckily, this boat is filled with, she'll look around, honestly, some of the strongest people that are in this country, myself and my husband included, as well.
Thank you.
And we also have the aid of Miss Agatha downstairs and the emissary Samaroon. If they put up a fight, well, I will try to talk our way out of it, first and foremost. I mean, I'd hope that my station garners some respect in the way that they won't just kill us on the site, if that is the case. But if it goes to hell real fast, we're going to be destroying some of my hubby's inventions. I think.
Very well.
And she'll like look up at Captain Newgate. Captain, I presume that your ship is somewhere in the harbor. You're damn right it is. Crew's still on it, ready to go. Well, if they've declared a no-fly zone, it's going to be hard to get out, but when in doubt, if anything bad happens, can we rely on you to potentially get us out in a jam? Well, probably. I have my ways. I have weapons on my ship that I've always wanted to test. And she'll just kind of smirk. Honestly, I think it'll be no problem. I think that, I mean, you saw him. He disappeared with that vampire asshole. So, hopefully, he's gone for good. And if he's not, well, we're going to have to do something to convict him, because can't have someone that corrupt being in our government. Continue on, and hopefully we'll get the answers that we are owed. If we're not wanted fugitives when we get back. And she just kind of nods and walks and quietly joins you, Zane. Says no words, just puts her hand on your hand. And they keep, you guys keep going on. And eventually, Senva comes into view. It looks locked down. You see Warforged automatones all over the place, wheeling throughout the streets as you pull up to the harbor. You see Valkyrie class Warforged start to like spot you coming in. But notice that you're also being escorted by the equivalent of a police officer, for Senva. But you dock. Everything goes well with that. Immediately as you step out onto the dock, you're greeted by, and we'll go to the Senva map real quick for you guys, just to give you kind of a refresher on what that looks like. Clean scrawny ass down there. You guys come into the south of Senva, the Senva shipyard, and immediately there are Warforged. There are they're crawling everywhere. And as all of you get up, one of the Valkyrie class Warforged flies up and stops. And you see her eyes kind of like scan all of your faces. Master Rona. Oh no. Welcome back. Follow me. And she'll just like gesture to all of you to follow. And she looks like a standard Valkyrie class Valkyrie class Warforged, but she does have a heart core. Zane, you notice that immediately. So she is sentient. And she'll just guide all of you to the Platinum Ring, to the inner chambers of the Sanctuary of Law. It'll take about 20 minutes to get there, walking, and as you walk along, you notice civilians poking their head out of their windows. You notice, as you stroll past the Sanctuary of Body, you'll notice some of the council guard training inside of the Sanctuary Body, inside the pit. They're doing maneuvers by the looks of it. It looks like Ebrax is preparing for war.
I would hope so after what that fucker did.
But you stroll up into the very familiar courtroom of the Sanctuary of Law.
Oh, I know this place.
Do you now?
Feels good to be not in the hot seat while here for once.
You stroll up, and as you walk in, you are berated with audible gasps and like questioning like stares, and the entire council of, or what remains of the council of Ebrax, sits in front of you. Sitting at the main podium is somebody that you don't recognize, Sane. It is a black-skinned tiefling that looks similar to Arthur. But he kind of like walks up. Lady Rona, I see you.
I don't know that.
Alexa, piss off.
Be nice.
Living room doesn't support that.
Oh no.
My ex-wife just walked in the living room. Shit.
Activate Skynet.
Oh my god.
Activate steel beams in the floor.
Stop it. Lady Rona.
Oh, if we really want to get.
It's good to see that you're alive and breathing. What happened? You just disappeared. And Zemine will tell basically the entire council everything that happened, down to her being charmed, down to Torbin killing Elkas in front of everybody, subjecting all of you to certain tests and tribulations and different riddles, and just basically playing games with all of you.
And I died.
She'll talk about how Thaddeus was killed by one of them, and then she'll like, listen, I don't know why this happened. I don't know what caused Arthur just to speak out of, or betray us. I mean, that is what happened. And you'll see the black-skinned tiefling kind of put his hand out. I'm aware. My brother's deeds are unforgivable. I have entered into his seat for the time being. Now that you're here, I ask you, are you willing to take the helm of High Magistrate? And Zemine will kind of like look at him. I've been training my entire life for this. So eventually, why? Oh. Yes, Todd, why is your hand up?
I have a question, Mr. Holiness, man of shortness and great teeth. You said your brother, was he the one who killed me?
No. At least I don't think he did. My brother's Arthur. Sorry, introductions are in order. My name is Erickson, Ebraxian. I'm the younger brother of Arthur. I was called in here by the council once all of you disappeared. And after a few of the unfortunate souls lost their life that night, to bring some sort of order. As you can see, we are doing our best here. Unfortunately, my decision on... I can't make a decision on my own. The council must vote, and the position of High Magistrate must be voted upon by the entirety of the council. But, Ms. Rona, you're by far and away the top candidate. So, and he'll look around to everybody else within the chamber, and there's 80-ish of the seats filled. so almost max capacity. You notice about, honest, it's more like 70, 75 are filled. You notice 5 more that are normally filled. So there's 19 seats that are not filled in the council as of right now. Zane would know this. Not including your mother's seat. There's 5 that are missing. And from the context, you could probably gather what happened to them. Killed within the explosion.
What happened to the spider woman?
Erickson will look out. I call to bring a vote for voting in Lady Rona into the seat of High Counselor or High Magistrate. For those that are for, say aye. Those that are holding of seats, please say aye. Those who are not, please stay quiet and keep your hand down. The vote will start, and you'll see about 35 seats raise their hand and say aye. 40 withhold. And you'll hear one of them chime out. How do you know that she's not responsible for what happened that day? We haven't even been able to have a conversation or an investigation.
I'm gonna chime up. Just piss off. We've dealt with enough shit these last few days.
You'll see, this is like a little gnome, a gnome man, older in years, slight fluff on his face, that something you could call a beard. He looks at you, little twerp. There's a reason we sent you off this island. You think it's for some trial, and you'll just see an elven woman smack him. Shh. That is enough.
Can I, without gathering attention, completely stealth?
No.
With
To be blunt, no.
Okay.
You have 75 eyeballs all focusing on the center of the chamber. You would be noticed instantly.
I kind of thought so.
Yeah. And I can assure all of you that no one here is responsible for whatever happened. Torbin himself proclaimed that he was responsible. I even told you, Arthur said that he was joining Torbin. What more evidence do you need? And the same gnome will chime in. Well, ma'am, the evidence we need must be concrete. Not just hearsay from someone who could be directly involved. I vote to put our guests, and he'll look at all of you along with the emissaries from Arun and Valencia, to be put under house arrest until we can gather enough details and information and enough testimony from everybody as to what happened. Those who are in favor of that, raise your hand. D100 for this.
Hey, Ori.
Clearly, this guy's an asshole. So,
Ori, that itch you're having?
yeah, I'm not killing him from like 100 people. I'm sorry. Because I don't want to get destroyed by machines
again.
I was about to
ask about your girlfriend, the spider lady.
Yeah, it's my future wife.
And yet you'll see, as he asks that, you'll see about 50 hands raise. And you'll see Erickson kind of grit his teeth and take the gavel. And he'll mouth... all of you make a perception check from this far away.
11.
Ooh, nat 20, 21.
Dirty 20.
Okay. Dirty 20, nat 20. I think everybody...
24.
Okay, everybody except for Alara Blair rolled 13.
I rolled an 11, so me
And
neither.
Zane as well. Zane, and we'll see if Zemine sees it. Okay, she does. And Malleus as well. Okay, Malleus rolled a natural 20 for his perception as well. You'll see Erickson look down at all of you for other than Zane and Alara. Zane, you're a little bit more focused in on the asshole that just called out your house arrest. You'll see Erickson mouth, "I'm sorry," and he'll hit the gavel. So it's decreed, and he'll hit the gavel. Guards, escort our guests to our guest house here in the Sanctuary of Law, and to the Rona family and their guests if they'd like to be escorted back to the Rona estate for the time being while our investigation is underway. That is what will have to be done.
Wait, where are we going?
To my house.
I thought we were being arrested.
Well, it's house arrest.
You're not necessarily being charged for a crime. You're being held under investigation, which
For treason.
potential
Even worse.
for potential treason. For those that are visiting the country, it'd be subterfuge. I think that's the name for it. I might be wrong. But you're being charged for the Rona family, potentially high treason, the killing of innocent council members, as well as blowing up a sacred venue within the Platinum Ring, as well as showing up days later unaware of the circumstances within Ebrax. Even though a majority of the people within the council you get the sense that even the majority of the council want to believe all of you, they're doing their due diligence. They're doing their job over their personal feelings. But you are all escorted by Valkyrie class Warforge. Actually, go ahead.
Before we are escorted out,
Mm-hmm.
the gentleman that made that statement,
Mm-hmm.
did I hear enough of his voice where I could mimic his voice back into his head?
I'm going to say you could certainly try. You're going to have a high DC on a performance check.
I'm going to basically look in his direction and in his own voice say, "You just fucked up. You probably committed suicide. How stupid are you?"
Roll a performance check.
Oh, baby, give me a big one.
It sounds a little like him. Not entirely, though. And you'll see him kind of like prop his head up and like look around and then kind of like look down at all of you. And I'm going to say roll sleight of hand check as well, because
Really?
well, yeah, because how the ability works is that
I know.
you'd be talking into, say, like your hand or your sleeve, or it's not just all mental. There is verbal for it. Sleight of hand. Okay, yeah, he didn't see it.
That's why I said really.
He kind of looks at all of you and just kind of and just kind of like shakes it off. All of you are escorted to the Rona estate. Guardian of Nature.
Wrong button. Don't mind me.
Gotcha.
I was reading it and went to minimize it and clicked on it.
No, I gotcha. So all of you are
All
of you are escorted back to the Rona estate.
Increase penis size by 50% after great tree and the big breast.
Why? Why, dog?
All of you are brought in to the estate by the same Valkyrie class Warforge that that escorted you to the Platinum Ring. She'll say, I apologize, sir, and she'll look at Malleus. Doing my job, and you're I know. You're doing your job. I'm not mad at you. Not holding it against you. A little frustrated. But there is an air of frustration among all of you. I'd say, especially Zemine. Zemine is livid right now. You can see it on her. You can see it in her eyes.
What are you kids doing?
The Valkyrie class Warforged will look over you. Unfortunately, 2 Titan class automatones are going to have to be in sentry mode and keep guard. I do ask that you do your best to get comfy, and hopefully I will be able to bring news to you soon. The night goes on a little bit. You hear a knock at the door.
I'll answer it.
It's Erickson. Ebraxian. Checking in. Can I come? Cool. And he'll wander in. I'm trying to find his. Where's your mother? Your mom sees him, and she'll just kind of walk over. Mal. I don't know where Malleus' token is. Oh, that's right. He's not on there anymore. Malleus would be quick. We'll call it the fire that she has in her. She'll walk up, and as Malleus tries to reach out, she's gonna slap the We'll see if Malleus being more of a bookish type guy, does not stop the strength of an angry mother. And she slaps the fuck out of Erickson. First official that isn't one of her own family that she can that she could take her anger out on a little bit. He takes 3 points of bludgeoning damage with the slap. She slaps the shit out of him. He kind of like, I'm sorry. A little frustrated that you didn't deserve that. Why are you here? Well, you see, have news. And I might be able to expedite this issue.
That would be great.
You see, my brother, it'd probably be best if this was done in confidence for anybody that you trust. Do you trust everyone in this house?
We're trustworthy enough.
Very well. Come on. And he'll kind of like walk over to where he spots everybody else. And Zemine and Malleus will follow close behind.
Elka was like at the door listening, and when she saw everyone coming over, she quickly like hops over to the couch and sits down.
Gotcha. Yeah, and their conversation's easy enough to hear. It's not like they're trying to hide it too much. And he'll just kind of walk in. Hello, everyone. I have a little news. Something that can maybe expedite your exit from house arrest and prove your innocence. I know what my brother did. I've had inklings, we'll call them, for the last year or so. Him writing letters using code names. Him being obsessed in his office for hours on end. And I've tried to sneak down there before to see what he's up to, but every time I do, it seems his security system, we'll call it, catches me every time. I don't know if it's some form of magic or some form of mechanical brilliance. But every time I try to enter that place, I'm stopped immediately. I think that is the place where your evidence lies. Concrete, hard evidence. At his home.
If you can get us in, we've got a guy who's really good at breaking into places.
The problem is you got 2 Warforged outside. And I can't promise that you go undetected. At this point, all of you hear a crash and a window breaking in the back of the house behind you in the kitchen. And it's loud. Fontaine, with your passive perception, kind of smell a familiar smell.
Is it a smelly smell that smells smelly?
You
Sorry.
hear a familiar breathing pattern. You would recognize this as Captain Newgate breaking through the window.
Jesus Christ.
And
I'm not even going to turn around and just be like, greetings, Captain. Nice to join us.
And you'll see him with an apple in his hand, halfway, taking a bite out of it. Hello, everybody. Hey, I don't know if you know how to fix that window, but I'm sorry. If not, I'll pay you for it.
To give me some lodestones, I'll go fix it with mending.
And you'll just see Zemine just. You're lucky that you were a part of everything that happened, or I would kill you where you stand, Mr. Newgate. Really? I'd like to see you try, Miss Rona.
I have something that could.
Well, what are we talking about? Is it fun? Is it interesting? He'll just
Not unless you're good at breaking into places.
Oh. He'll turn around and look at
Subtly.
the window. He'll turn around and look at the window.
You have to be subtle about it, though.
I have a certain level of. Well, how do you think I got here? And he'll just half cock.
Loudly.
He'll just half cock grin. You know they're keeping me in the platinum ring, which isn't that far, which we're in, but they're keeping me like near all the Warforged and shit. And you'll just
Thaddeus could probably just walk out easy enough.
You'll just see Malleus kind of like wipe his brow. Did you? You know what? Never mind. I'll find out in the morning. And Ander will just give him a big old grin. I'm gonna say Fontaine, make an insight check.
Oh boy. Ooh, I've not been rolling well today.
You could tell he has a mischievous smile on his face, but that is all you could pertain from anything he just said.
That's fair.
Well, if it's breaking in, I could get you in. Where are we breaking into? And you'll see Erickson look. My brother's house. Oh, that douchebag that is framing us for everything he did. Gotcha. Do I have permission? Can I do crimes? Please let me do crimes.
Ander, listen. If you're gonna do this, take Thaddeus. He's about the only one of us who's probably good for it.
Oh, I could get us all.
Hi,
in there.
Ander.
I could get us all in there.
I don't know if that's wise.
Oh, I could get us all in
loud.
there. Trust me.
Does Anders notice that I just appeared behind him?
Oh, he knew you were there. I know you were invisible, but there's a lot of mysteries about this man that a lot of you haven't unraveled yet. We'll just say that. You look at all of you. What if I told you I have a little bit of arcane ability that could sneak us all in just fine?
I would be intrigued.
Yeah, first problem is that we got to get out of here. And at this point, you hear Zane. You're walking past, and one of the Titan automatons is back towards the window of the crash he heard.
Joke's on him. He can't tell it was even broken now.
And that's precisely what he'll just look at it, keep walking. You'll hear the loud metal steps on cobblestone of him walking and of the mechanical parts moving. Well, I could get us all out. Have to go out through the back.
If you're going to break that window again, I swear
I mean,
there are better ways out of here.
are there windows?
Yes.
Crashing through windows seems like a fun time.
Not when the Warforged hear it.
Yeah, true. Okay, what's your suggestion then? Are we doing crimes tonight? Please tell me we're doing crimes tonight.
We can.
And he'll stand up and like grab Erickson, put his hand on his shoulder. Erickson, and like look down at his hand. His hand is just, I have no. You'd be breaking into my brother's house. Now, what he has going on in there, but if you can find a way into his office down below, that would work. I think you might find what you need there. You spent the most time there. And it would get you off and out of Ebrax pretty quickly, if that's your goal.
Yeah, leaving would be preferential sooner rather than later.
Todd, I don't think your mic's on.
No, I was just talking to myself.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I just saw your mouth moving. I didn't know if you were trying to talk.
I was trying not to interrupt.
Gotcha.
I basically said, I just want my rapier fixed.
It's already fixed, I thought.
No,
yeah, we already repaired it.
I want it upgraded.
Well, you'll just have to wait till tomorrow.
Well,
or leave it here with Dad. He can do it.
Well, Mr. Fancy Pants, and he'll tap Erickson. Tell me where your brother's house is, and we can party. Well, that's pretty easy. The Ronas, you know exactly where it is. And he'll like look out the window and point straight across. And there's this little island with a mansion on it in the center of the lake that surrounds the Platinum Ring. And Zane, you've been looking at this ever since you were a child. And you would know that it belongs to Mr. Ebraxian. You'll have to cross water. Hopefully that's not an issue. And Ander will also boast another big grin. I can take care of that.
I can manage.
I already have a ring that lets me walk on water.
Same.
Well then, what are we waiting
not
for?
Not all of us do, though. You'll have to help some people.
Oh, I can deal. What are we waiting for then? Let's do some crimes.
My name is George Soros. I was
just to shut up, Todd.
An all-state swimmer. And volleyball player.
And Andrew will be like, all right, everyone gather around. Come on. If we're doing this right now. And he'll look at all of you. All right, let's do this shit. And he'll cast Pass Without a Trace.
I'm going to lead Ander back towards the kitchen and lead him into like the pantry to a door not often used.
Okay.
And be like, because it's usually just sealed, but I'm going to be like, this is an easier way.
Oh. Didn't realize that existed. Tell your mom I'm sorry if you see her again. Okay.
What do you mean? Am I gonna die? If I ever see her again, good lord, man.
I don't know. All right, but anyways, Pass Without a Trace. All of you have +10 to your stealth checks.
Oh god.
On top of your modifiers.
My
for an hour.
Ain't good.
So all of you are gonna walk out this door. All right. I'm gonna need all of you. We're gonna make a group stealth check. +10. Remember to your rolls. This is to make it past the Warforge. So 31 for Va10, yeah.
31.
That's mine with the 10 added.
That's mine with the 10 also.
Okay. I need to pull up Anders' sheet. Cool. There.
Don't look at that. Just ignore it.
Oh my god.
It's still an 18, but it's still a natural one. So that's 2 failures for the group stealth check. All right, Anders gonna roll. It's a natural fucking 20 for Anders. So that cancels out the natural one.
Good thing the rest of us rolled really well.
Okay, so Anders' stealth is... What is Anders' stealth? Okay. That's a 37 for Ander. Yeah, you guys succeed. All of you are able to gently sneak past the Warforge, going straight out into the bay. And you'll see Erickson walk out and walk past the Warforge, and you'll see him walk away. And you all are now successfully stealthed, walking to where you have to be. You look across, and there's this you're able to sneak past the Warforge, and there's Valkyrie class Warforge flying all over. You get to the edge of the water. You look down in it. It's about 6 feet deep, 7 feet deep. Or you could probably walk through this just fine, to be completely honest. But Anders going to look at all of you and cast Water Walk on those
I don't need that.
on those that cannot walk on water. I don't know who has rings. I don't know.
I have a ring.
I have a
Vaten has a ring.
That works out well, actually, because I'm pretty sure you can only cast it on 7 people, including himself.
I mean, if push comes to shove, I can give my ring to somebody else and swim it.
I will not allow that.
I don't like swimming, but I am quite a capable swimmer. So
10 willing up to 10 willing creatures. So so he'll cast that, and you guys will walk across. I'm gonna need you to make another stealth check as you're walking across the water. Okay. 28 for Ander. 31 for Va10. It's another success. 24. It's another success. 27.
I rolled a 1, so I have a 15.
That's in 2 failures. Okay.
Also, I have to go now.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I failed. I'll catch you guys later. Don't die.
See ya.
Bye.
What are we rolling?
A stealth check.
Stealth.
If you want to throw your hood over, you give yourself advantage.
Okay. Hood's on.
Okay. So roll with advantage. See if you
Oh.
can do better than a 19.
Well, he'd be at 29 for
I
that one.
understand. Okay, so we'll take... Oh, that's fine. You just
32.
32? Yeah, okay. You guys successfully are able to walk across. It's about a 500-foot walk across. But you do find your way walking up to a large blue shale stone mansion. And I'll show you what that looks like.
Okay.
So you walk up, and the doors are curiously wide open.
What the heck? I'm just seeing black boxes.
Yeah, because you can't see inside of it.
Oh, okay.
All of you enter right here onto this beach. So if you want to put your tokens down, that's fine. I'll take care of Elkas and Anders.
Thaddeus.
oh, down there. Okay.
All right.
Oh wait, it did let me come in.
There you go.
That's weird. I'm in the water. I just drowned.
I think you have to grab the name and not the actual picture.
Yeah, you have to grab the
Yeah.
name.
Oh, maybe that's what I was doing wrong.
I wonder if that's what's doing it for people. Yeah.
Okay. All of you wander up there. Who are we missing? We're missing someone. We're missing Beep.
Oh, sorry. Hello. Do I need to?
If I'm gonna say, because you asked about your familiar, I'm gonna say wait until next session.
Yeah, I was waiting for like a good moment and I couldn't find one.
Summoning a loud Irishman into a stealth mission seems like a.
This sounds like a great idea, honestly. It sounds hilarious.
Anyway. Spoiler. Fuck. Are we missing anybody? No, I think it's 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we got 8. Andrew's gonna be like, all right, let's walk in, and he'll just like sneak around. Make a perception check. Anybody.
I'll do it.
Me. Somebody else. My perception's horrible.
My perception's not bad.
I've just been rolling like ass tonight.
Yeah, you have.
24.
The doors are open. You hear the sound of metal footsteps, like clanging plate armor, walking through the hallway.
Just for note, when you see a pink dot on me now, I am stealthed.
Okay.
With my cloak.
All right, and you'll see 2 average-looking guards. Zane, you'd notice that these are council guardsmen, and they are it seems like they're doing a walkthrough through the house, and they are walking out as all of you are standing. I'm gonna assume all of you are like curved up around the edge.
Yeah.
Oops.
Oh yeah.
And Ander would be making, I don't know where Ori would be. Of course, the Lara would be on Ori's head. Ander would see him, and he'd like turn around and be like, he'd be like 2, pulled up 2. And then he'll like make the walking, the walking finger thing. And he'll be like, he'll look at you, Zane, and he'll shrug his shoulders and he'll throw his hands up, and he'll gesture like hit his head with his fist, or he'll like gesture to like cut like with his finger cutting across his neck, and he'll be like,
I'm just gonna put my hand up and be like,
he's gonna roll an insight because he doesn't know if you mean slit their throat or not do it. That's a 2. He has no
all right.
So you'll see Ander draw a you've never seen him draw this weapon before. It's from his waist belt. He'll draw like a scimitar. A gold-plated, like gold-laced scimitar with vines as a handle. And he'll look at all of you, smile, and he's gonna jump out. Ah! Like that to both of them. And he's gonna run up and he's gonna hack at this guy. But he's gonna rage as well, so he needs to roll D8. Oh, cool. That's interesting. You're gonna see Ander disappear. As soon as you see him scream, his body's he's gonna go like, ah! He's gone. And he's going to hit that guy. That's a natural 20. Okay. Where are my D8s? There's my D8s. That's a plus D6. You're just gonna see an invisible being hack this guy's head off and drop him. And this guy, oh, Fred, no! What's going on? And Anders just you won't see him, but he's gonna run up and he's going to use his second attack to attack this guy. So yeah, that hits. These are guards, they don't have a lot of HP. Yeah, and then you're gonna see him stab in, and you're gonna see his body become hole again where you can see him, and you're going to see his scimitar just sticking out the chest, and with him holding the guard up on his blade, and then he'll fling him down, and the guard will cease to be breathing and be dead. I think we're good. And he'll turn around.
Good job. Hide the bodies.
All right.
For the record, we can help.
I understand that, but I just sometimes when I see people that bother me, I just want to cut them.
I can scramble brains very well.
And he'll grab both of them and throw them both over his shoulders and just start to drag him inside the house. I think we're good. I don't. And then as soon as he takes a step in, you look ahead and you see this giant, like, bulbous eyeball on the wall looking right up all of you.
That's creepy.
And it's the map shows it open, but it's actually closed right now.
I don't like the big creepy eyeball looking thing on the wall.
So you have,
I think Thaddeus should go first and try to get that.
Is this like an intimidation thing or?
You don't know. All you see is this giant fucking eyeball that looks bulbous and kind of like.
Well, Beep is no bitch, so he's gonna go first.
Well, hold on, Beep. Hold on.
No,
Beep
Beep goes first.
Beep, make an acrobatics or not? Sorry, a dexterity saving throw, please.
That's what he's good at. At least he should be.
That was pretty good.
21. All of you see the eyeball slam open. And a beam of red light is going to shoot out at Beep. Yeah. Zane, Vaten, make an Arcana check.
All right.
Oh shit! I stepped away.
19.
Okay. And then what did Vaten roll?
Oh yeah!
You've never seen this type of magic before. Zane, on the other hand, it looks like a disintegration ray.
Oh fuck!
Beep with a 21, you're able to duck out of the way, but you still take half damage, and you're not immediately, dead.
While he's doing that, is there any way I can like shoot up here underneath it?
I mean, you got the cloak. I don't know if it can see you because of it, though.
And like with the dexterity save, can I like have rolled to like dodge most of it and like?
No, so okay, so yes, with that I'm gonna say you can roll ahead. However, Thaddeus, I'm gonna need you to make a dexterity saving throw as well. It's not based off of.
Oh shit! Hold on.
Sight.
Yeah.
Rerolling.
Based off of sound.
It's based off of it is.
He walks silently. He's got
Thaddeus.
boots.
No, sorry, Thaddeus is invisible, and he
Yeah.
So actually, Thaddeus, yeah, you're able to walk right by, no problem. Beep, you take. Sorry, I'm doing maths. 15, 19. 35 divided by 2.
17.
17. Take 17 points of force damage. But it hits your coat pant, and you see like a little bit of the cloth from your coat pant just literally evaporate out of thin air. All of you see this happen.
I ain't walking through there.
Beep's just gonna peek around the corner and just wave them on, like just goading them, like teasing them to come through.
I wouldn't recommend it, anyone, unless you have a death wish.
Are mirrors something that we might have in my tools?
Mirrors?
Doubtful.
Unless it distinctly says you have a mirror in your pack, then no.
Would I have a concept of reflection and refraction?
You would, and roll an intelligence check. Just straight intelligence, no. 4.
No.
You can see yourself in a mirror, and light sometimes bounces off reflective surfaces, but you would have absolutely no idea of that.
Do I have anything? I have a shiny, like, reach up in front of where the beam was and
using
something that's flat and something.
Look at your inventory real quick just to make sure I know what you're using. I understand what you're saying.
I don't know what I'm using.
All right, I'll take a look at what weapons you have and whatnot. 2 daggers, regular daggers, which are not the prettiest daggers.
Remember that shiny dagger that I got from the family that the father that.
That would be the shiniest piece of weaponry you have other than your rapier.
Yes, the shiny dagger was from the father of Ori's, the guy that Ori killed.
Yeah. So you want to try sticking that up there to see if it reflects it?
Yeah, I want to reflect it back at itself.
Make a dexterity saving throw. This is to get your hand out of the way.
Dexterity saving, normal or with advantage?
Just normal.
God, if you fail this, you die.
I understand.
Oh
no, he doesn't die. His whole body isn't within the. Oh boy.
I'm gonna need to go make a hand. I'll be right back.
And that dagger's probably gone.
Mark the dagger off of your inventory. I'm being serious.
The
disintegration rate.
I thought you were.
Oh. You know what? We're gonna go. I just realized disintegrate at 6th level, which is the spell that is being used. It's plus 40 force damage. So technically, Beep, that would have been 75 divided by 2. But I'm going, because that was my mistake, I'm going to keep it the way it is for right now.
Well, he still would have lived, so.
Okay.
Don't change it, because I'm going on what I saw.
Right. No, I got you.
But it's still funny that he lived.
Okay, so yeah, Thaddeus, you stick your hand up there. All of you see the eye glow bright red. And Thaddeus, as you go to kind of drop the dagger and bring your hand down, it's too slow. And this beam of direct light, red light, zaps across your arm and your hand. And you take... Let's see here. 18, 24, 30, 6, 39. Yeah, you take 48 points of force damage, and you all watch Thaddeus's cloak fall off of his head with the failed dex save, and he becomes visible, and you watch the dagger he has in his hand along with the half part of his, halfway up his fingertips, disappear.
Oof.
You are now without half of your fingers.
Holy fuck.
Well, you tried it, Todd.
You could have just kept on walking.
You could have. Now you have to deal with one hand.
How many points did I just take?
48.
You should be at full HP before that anyway. So.
I was. What's 66 minus 48?
Oh, you're real low.
No. 8.
No.
No. Brain, do math, please.
Alexa,
do math.
66 minus 48. Okay. My Alexa, which I don't have, isn't working.
My brain is
You have a
incapable of
calculator on
doing.
your
My brain
phone.
is incapable of doing math. Give me a second.
Hold on, let me.
What phone calculators are for, Todd?
I know.
You have 18 HP left, and like halfway up your fingers are just like the tip of your pinky finger is missing, and then like if you look at your hand, like down to the second joint on each of your bigger fingers are gone. You still have all of your thumb though.
Ouch.
Oh, I mean you're bleeding profusely.
I can fix
No,
that.
I'm not.
Here.
It's burned. It's cauterized.
It is a disintegration ray. It destroys any material object within its path.
And it cauterizes.
No, it doesn't.
No, it just kind of
Iron
it
Man.
kind of just whisks the matter away into a different dimension. That's essentially what disintegrate is. So you just
Todd, you ever watched like a video of like a 50 cal hitting something and it's just gone? That's the top of your fingers right now.
red mist. Your fingers are gone.
That's projectile trauma. This is disintegration. Disintegration is zap. It's a burn. It's gone.
Todd,
it
It's not a burn.
cauterizes.
Todd,
It's not a burn.
I'm reading from the spell description.
I'm a medical professional. God damn it.
We're playing a make believe game. Yeah. So your fingers are gone. All of you see this.
Is this finger working?
No, you have like down.
Is that finger working?
It's like down to like the second stub. Like you like have like half a middle finger now. Vaten, do you see this happen? Make a medicine check.
Oh boy, and I just accidentally zoomed in my character sheet. Hang on, let me fix that.
Sometimes I hate myself for trying to do the right thing.
You would gauge that potentially after a few sessions of very high level healing magic. So level 4 healing, level 4 cure wounds or higher after a couple of days, you could grow back most of Thaddeus's appendages. However, you do not have them right now, and
Now hear me out.
you just have open. You're just looking at open bone right now in your fingers.
Now hear me out, Vaten. I'm gonna pull out my hand axe. I can fix this. We just need to cut off the rest of the hand, and then I can just make him a new one.
That's a
Is this my right or my left hand?
Which one did you use?
It would be.
I don't know.
From where you're at, and unless you're like back facing towards everybody else. If you're are you facing towards the eye or you're facing away?
I was facing towards it, so
you're right. It's your right hand. Yeah.
Which hand is dominant for Thaddeus?
That's a good question.
That one, I think. I mean, you could still use your left hand. But yeah, all of you see just the visceral short range disintegrate beam just skim off of Beep's leg and burn some of his pants, and then also like 4 fingers on Thaddeus's hand just are gone along with a blade that he had in it.
Did I do any damage to it?
You didn't make
on reflection?
No, it just. You quickly found out that reflecting a disintegration beam does not work. It's not that type of light.
Note to self.
What's this wall made out of?
It looks like standard stone. Like
Elon Musk lied to me.
Like some. Oh, I understand what you're trying to do. Yeah, it's stone. It looks to be stone walls. If you'd like to try to do what I think you want to do, you could roll a really high strength check.
Hey, how do we break down this wall?
Okay.
I'm not going near that.
We'll go ahead and cast Enhance Ability.
Okay.
Ori for both strength.
Okay. And
I'll
so
help you too.
that
What
gives
does bulls do again?
gives you
Advantage on strength checks.
advantage on strength checks, yeah. And Anders technically still raging. Actually, no, he's not raging anymore. So it's...
I'm gonna step behind him and just kind of watch.
Okay.
Nat 20, 26.
We'll see what he rolls.
Bingo, look at the camera.
That is a
Actually, pull up this card.
that is
Don't
a
like it.
that's a natural 18 for a 27 for Ander. You both lean in and just slam your fists in. Are you trying to shoulder rush it? Are you trying to punch it? What are you trying to do? Ander will follow in suit.
He's gonna actually kick it.
Kick it? All right, Ander will also kick it. Okay, so with that strength, roll. Go ahead and roll damage for me with being an unarmed strike. So roll for.
Since it's like my hoof, can I use? It's up to you, but I don't know.
I'm gonna say roll a d6 and add your strength modifier.
Can I tell that they're trying to break through and like maybe I'm like hitting it from the other side, like cracking at it to try and make it easier for them?
We'll find out how much upon how much damage is done.
12.
12. Okay. That's.
Can I use my nubs to dig at it?
That's 20 points of bludgeoning damage. You also take, after hitting this, even with its strength check, you take 2 points of bludgeoning damage for hitting the wall. Ander takes 5. Okay.
He doesn't have hooves.
Or for kicking the wall. Yeah, you kind of like it hurts to kick it, but you do notice the wall give in and your foot goes straight through the wall. You get the sense that this stone, at least right here, is weak for some reason, maybe weaker than you expected. And Beep, you see his hoof and Anders' foot just go straight through the wall in front of you.
Oh, that's pretty cool, actually.
And like Ander will like start to kick a little bit. And he'd be like, if we're going through the wall, it'd be a little easier if I just do this. And he like reaches down into the bag of holding, and you see him pull out these gauntlets. They kind of look like Zane's gauntlets that he wears. Except these
are just regular. Except W.
These are really well made, just by glancing at them. And he'll like bang them together really quick. And when he does that, you'll see Ander grow taller than you. He'll grow 6 feet, double his size. And he's going to step back. And he's going to haul off and slam his fist down into the wall with these on. We're going to see how much damage he's... Okay, yeah, that hits. Obviously, it's just a wall. All right. This should be fun. Okay, that's 40 points of bludgeoning damage. And as he punches it, you hear a rupturing of thunder through his gauntlets. And you just see a wall just poof, blown out in the wall. That's big enough for all of you to walk through. And you'll just see him bang his gauntlets together again, and his body will shrink back down to his normal size. And you'll put him back in his bag of holding. It's that easy, I guess. Come along.
Yes, so.
Hey, Thaddeus, I know you're over there somewhere. I don't know where you are. Can't see you. You all right there? Are you okay?
No. It's gone.
Okay.
Maybe you should take that side, and Thaddeus, and we'll check this side.
Don't you think you should maybe get healed?
No.
You know what?
It's up to him.
You know what? Fuck this thing. And Anders just gonna walk right up to it with his axe in hand. fuck this thing. And you see his muscles tense. Let's roll D8. He's gonna rage. Cool. You see his muscles tense, and you feel this breeze of cold air coming off of him as you see his muscles tense.
I need to duck.
Ah, you're fine. And Ori, you look at this axe, and it looks hard for him to swing. And he's going to underhand bring it up over his head like a lumberjack trying to split a log, and he's gonna slam that shit down into the side of this eye. Attempt to hit it. He's raging, so he gets advantage. Okay, that hits. You see him carve into this thing, and as he cuts into it, Thaddeus, you're wincing in pain. You notice the eye shut as soon as he hits it. All of you notice this as he hits it. It's like it's wincing in pain as he smacks it. And he.
I'm gonna take that opportunity to bolt in and duck in next to Thaddeus.
And the eye does not see you, and you do not need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Beautiful.
He's going to wipe his blade off, which that's not a great roll for him, given the amount of dice I had to roll for this axe. And he's just going to look at all of you. Let's deal with it later. And you'll just...
We're on two different sides.
And he'll like yell over to you guys. Should we be splitting up, or which way should we be going?
A split might not be terrible. I don't know what we're looking for.
I don't have much health left.
You take 15 points. 15 points of healing.
Anders gonna like... Oh, Elkas here too. I just remembered that.
Yeah, you have to move her.
Okay. Elka would have ran. Elka would just walk through the hole. Elka's gonna take a dagger she has and throw it directly at the eyeball from the side. Because I know that's something she'd do. Yeah, that hits. Okay. She throws this dagger, one of the many daggers she has on her person, into this eyeball, and it hits directly center of the eyeball, and the eyeball, as it's still closed, and the eyeball, you could just see the eyelid trying to open again, but the dagger is getting stuck. It's getting, like, the eyelid can't open because the dagger is holding it down inwards into its own eye.
Dan, let's go to the other side.
Yeah, by the looks
Very
of it,
well.
the eye looks completely closed.
I will duck across. Todd, did you take the 15 points of healing?
I did. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Yep.
I'm at 33, half of what and my hand is...
Yeah, your hand is...
Yeah.
It's closed up. You have the same... the bones have started to grow back a little bit, but it's closed up and you're no longer bleeding. Your hand is semi-functional. It doesn't hurt anymore because Cure Wounds saps away the pain. At the very least. So the nerve damage of getting your fingers fucking roasted off and disintegrated off, at the very least, is not affecting you. You probably
Can I use a rapier?
I mean, you could draw it out and see.
I'm gonna try to pull out my rapier and see if I can use it.
You pull it out, and it's harder to grip, but it's doable.
Okay.
I mean, you still have a good portion of your fingers. It's only half. You're only missing about half length of your fingers, in just the tip of your pinky. So in theory, you can grip it with your pinky and your thumb, and like the nubs you have left, and still use it.
So Zane, might need your father and you to do some engineering.
I'm just gonna draw my hand axe. We can fix this.
Okay,
Let-
and we'll step.
Keep that option available for later.
Let's not go cutting people's limbs off here if we don't need to.
Okay, I can make him a new one.
Okay, well, which way do we want to go? I guess the only way is forward.
I guess so. Let's get checking, I guess.
So
Thaddeus, check this door for traps.
Jesus Christ.
hey, you just got your fingers blown off. Check this door for traps, please.
Stand in front of it. Touch it. I don't feel anything.
I'll check for traps.
You just burnt off nerve endings, bro.
I will check for traps.
No, his nerve endings are gone. They're just not there anymore.
Well, then
I don't
he is an
feel
immense
anything.
No,
I'm
If
checking
your
for
burnt
traps.
if your nerve endings were burnt off, like not even burnt off, like just completely gone, you'd be feeling everything.
Oh, I know.
You'd feel sound.
Every sound wave that hits your hand, it's just like, what the fuck? Okay, roll an investigation check for me then. Do you have
20.
Oh
28.
shit. Door's not trapped.
Door's not trapped. I'm gonna
And
see if it's locked.
And it's not locked.
I will open the door.
Cool. You walk in and do you see this? It's a sitting room.
Well, that's not what we're looking for.
Cool, a couch.
Cool, 2 couches.
Are there any
guys,
chests?
just take a short rest.
Oh, the path splits, friends. What do we do?
I'm going to use Revelio and see if there's any chests in here.
Left or right, friends?
Always go left.
All right.
Alright. So just a reminder, you're trying to find the underground passageway that goes to his office.
Yeah.
Just to remind you.
Wait, were we given any direction?
Nope.
Nope. He said go into the house and find the stairs. That's literally all he said.
Is there a door in front of me, or what's blocked here?
There's a door.
Okay. Is it locked?
It does appear to be locked, yes.
I will check it for traps first.
Investigation check.
19.
Doesn't seem trapped.
I will attempt to lockpick it.
Roll a sleight of hand.
Not a thieves tool.
If you have thieves tool, you could use them.
I do.
Well, then use the thieves tool.
21. No. What? Yeah, 21.
Door opens.
Ooh. Well, this doesn't look quite right either, but it looks like we're getting somewhere.
You look about in this room. Just remember to move people's tokens.
Excuse me.
You look about, and it seems like you see a piano on the end. You see various like harps and instruments. All of you gauges, this is maybe where parties were held. Maybe like balls. There is a giant fountain in the center. And you see 2 doors on the right and 1 door straight ahead.
I'm gonna go for the door straight ahead
Okay.
and check if it's locked.
It is locked.
I'm gonna check it for traps.
Roll investigation check.
That's real. 24.
It is trapped.
I'm going to attempt to disarm it.
Okay, roll thieves tool.
16.
Would you like me to do this?
16.
Mhm.
You immediately start to inspect it, and you see 3 little springs that seem to be holding something in this door. You go to attempt to do it, and you just hear a ping from the other side, and you hear and you see a broadhead of what looks like a dart sticking through the door.
Well, that's lucky.
Door's still locked.
Thaddeus, you can take a break right now. You're pretty wounded, but I'll unlock the door.
Ander will look at you. Oh, God, you got fucked up, and he'll
15 for the
okay.
unlocking.
Okay, 15. 15 is the DC. You're able to unlock it and swing it open. You open it up and you see a little dart sticking halfway through it. And you look and there's just this little hole on the wall right next to it that seems to have been opened when you tried to disarm it. Thaddeus, Captain's gonna walk up and hand you a regular healing potion, which is 4d4 plus 4. So it's 20 points of healing you just get for drinking it.
Okay, so I'm
Show me what you got.
53. Does my hand better?
Well, no, but
No.
Okay, you open the door and you see.
oh, what the fuck?
You see an altar with
Blood for the blood god.
with a magic circle drawn around it, with blood around it, and 3 dead bodies on the altar.
Oh.
Can we
You also see
check to see like how fresh the bodies are?
make a medicine check. You also see in the right hand in the corner, you see a lava pit with a skull that's breathing down lava, almost like a lava waterfall. And then on the left, you see a pool of water that has like a interesting looking eyeball inside of it.
Don't step into the circle of magic.
Ander will
I
wander
think-
in. What the fuck?
Does anybody have a
think I'm
dagger I
gonna-
can borrow?
I think I'm gonna call it here. I need to go to bed.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Nate.
Bye.
All right, 2 doors, friends. Where should we go?
Sorry, what was the medicine check? 18? You're asking how fresh the kills were?
Yeah.
Within a week.
So just
Beeple
So-
just put up 7 fingers.
all
Fuck
right.
you, B.
Oddly, the blood that's outside of the circle is dry. It's stained. The blood inside the circle seems like it's fresh.
Don't step inside the magic circle.
Ander's gonna walk up and just look down at it. But why not?
Well, go ahead.
Are you sure?
Be my guest, because I'm not dealing with the bullshit that happens if you do that.
I've already dealt with stupid from me once today.
510, are you're walking up to the pool of water?
I'm making my way towards that pool of water, yeah. If I see the eye, I'm gonna extendo spear, jab it in the face. And by face, I mean eye.
Roll an attack. Ander's gonna be like, I'm not gonna step in the stupid circle. I don't have a death wish. 16? It hits. Roll for
Is
damage.
Lexi still with us?
It's a good question. She's been muted for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Four points of piercing damage. You poke the eye and the eye You poke the eye and the eye closes when you do that. Make a perception check for me.
Hey, there we go.
21. You notice the water as soon as you stab the eye. You notice the water start to move in like a wave, unnaturally, and starts moving back and forth, kind of like shaking a little bit. Zane, you're close enough along with Vaten that you smell an odd sea breeze, yet mixed with sulfur. And Thaddeus, what are you doing? Are you just looking at the circle, or are you?
I've kind of stepped on this side of the circle. I'm just gazing at that door and.
Thaddeus, check the other door. I'm gonna check this one.
All right, I'm gonna come up on the side of the door, and I'm going to check this door right here.
I'll be checking the other one.
Both of them are locked.
I'm gonna check for traps.
Go and do that.
And
18.
What's checking for traps?
Investigation check.
18.
18.
I don't see any traps.
8. As far as you know, it's not trapped. And
For mine, right?
both of you.
Okay.
As far as
I'm
you
gonna
both
attempt
know,
to unlock it.
it's not trapped. Are you gonna do the same, Thaddeus?
Yes.
As you both go to pick the locks of these doors, Vaten, you see the water start to vibrate really fast. And you start to see the water
This one.
start to almost breathe.
This one fucked up.
And you see the water start to kind of glow a lighter blue. And then it settles down. You look at it. The eye opens. Shooting out of the water in front of you is this giant form of elemental looking, humanoid looking form that doesn't keep its shape. You look at it, it looks at you. You see a howling looking face in the body of it. And it looks like this thing has a soul. Thaddeus, along with you and Ander, you feel the heat rise up from what seems like a lava pit. And you see
This one regrets.
Oh no.
pop up.
This one done fucked up.
We're getting late. I'd like everyone to roll initiative.
Oh God.
And we will
This one done fucked up.
we will let's
I unlocked my door. Can I drive through it?
no.
You don't know.
As you go to stick the keys in, or the lock picks in, even if you wanted to turn, you can sense Zane, Thaddeus, both make an Arcana check for me.
Me make an Arcana check?
Yeah.
Whoa!
Natural 20.
Nice.
You gauge that these doors are both of you gauge that these doors are now magically locked.
I wasted a 20 on that. Can I use the energy to kill them both?
We'll find out. All right, I need to pull up. I just want to get initiative order.
That 18 was for my
All right,
initiative.
guys,
I'm
here's
pretty
the
sure.
plan. Here's the plan.
I also
We
hit an 18.
We stand between them and make them miss their shots and hit each other.
I don't know. They're not really organic material, so I can hit them with a
fire
fucking.
and no, it's fire and water. So if they hit each other, they turn into steam.
True, but that's also scary as shit. When I could just cast Shatter on them.
Ooh, that's lame, bro. My idea's cooler.
You guys,
Ice would work on both of them.
you all see these.
Oh.
You all see these two elementals. They're elementals. You saw one of these flying through the air on your way to Ebrax, if you remember correctly, during a storm. And these look very similar to the one that you witnessed. And as they shoot out of these pools, I will roll initiative for them. Conveniently, I have a red dice and a blue dice for initiative. Okay, Zach. That's a 1 and a 20 for both one of the. Well, Vaten, you're the lucky contestant. Natural 1 for the one next to you.
Oh, good.
Which brings that. Not wanting to. Their sheets are not wanting to load for me. All of you are going to. I will go ahead and wait for the people that had to leave for them to roll their own initiative. But for the first attack, because it is a layer action, all of you are going to see these two creatures start to move inorganically in their pools and start to make both the water and the lava rise up around all of you. And you're going to see two waves, a wave of lava and a wave of water, shoot up out of these pools and shoot down towards all of you. I'd like every single person in this room to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at those. 18.
Okay.
Same.
20.
Okay. You say Ori can roll with advantage because he has Alara with him. Actually, no, I'm not gonna do that. Oh shit! I wish I would have done that for them. Alara rolled a 22, I think. Unless Lexi's here, then she can roll for herself. But not. That's fine. I'll roll for her. Ori rolled a natural 3, so he fails. Ander rolls a natural 3 as well. Fuck these dice, man. And Elka. It's a 15 plus a lot, so plus 8. So she succeeds. Okay. I need to roll for damage. You watch these two waves. Oh, son of a bitch. I lost the d6. Give it back. Desk Goblin, give me back my dice. Thank you. Okay. You watch these two waves reach out.
A lot of dice.
Was a lot of dice. Okay. Anybody that rolled less than a 16, it's a fail. $14. That's 18. 22. 26. 29. Points of damage mixed between cold damage and a Thaddeus, Elka, and Ander and Beep would take fire damage, and Vaten, Ori, Zane, and Alara would all take cold damage.
That's wonderful. I resist.
Okay, so you take half of half. So 39 divided by half is 19. So 19 divided by half is 10. You take 10 points of cold damage, Zane. Bunton takes that. Okay. I need to pull up. Ander saves. Elka does not save, so she takes the full 39.
Oh, disregard that. I hit the wrong button.
And Ori takes the full 39.
Thaddeus saved.
Okay, so you take those who save take 19 points of damage.
19. How come he only got 10 and I get 19?
Because he has.
I have cold resistance from my hellish nature.
Yes.
Yeah, don't I have heat resistance because I'm so fucking hot?
No.
No, and you also have no. No, you don't. Okay. I just want to make sure I'm doing the math right here. Okay, cool. Ori takes
30. Be 34. Fuck, do I have any healing?
Okay, so as these two waves come slinging across the room, the center creates a barrier engulfing the three bodies in the center along with the magical circle. So the center of the room, Beep would have ducked out of the way. Elka would have failed, so Elka would be where she's at. But she'd be just out of the way, and I'll go ahead and draw it real quick. The center of the room is considered rough terrain now. Because as the water and the magma meet, they cool each other off and create bumpy surfaces enveloping the entirety of the center of the room. And we'll go ahead and mark that like so. And I'll make them just so it's easier to see. And as these two elemental creatures come climbing out of their pits, we're going to pick it up next week, right away, with this fight, where our friends can roll their own initiatives and we can take on these two creatures. That's where we're on tonight's session.
Well, I done fucked up.
And I will let all of you think an entire week about how you're going to get out of this situation.
I have a good idea of how I will survive.
Yeah, Ori.
How large in gallons is this water elemental?
Actually, I don't know if does it have does it say? Actually, I'm curious about that too. It's considered a large creature, so it's 10 feet tall. So I don't know. Probably if you're asking if you can control water, the answer's always the answer's always going to be no.
Oh no, I wasn't gonna control shit. I was gonna destroy water.
Or destroy water. What's out of curiosity? What's the gallon range on that?
10 per level, spell level.
Okay. If you wanted to use destroy water, I'd say every time you do it, because this is a water creature, you could roll d6 to just literally just pointing your finger and shooting. Do d6 plus your spell modifier to do damage if you wanted to do that for this very specific creature, for rule of cool sake, you know, who knows. But
yeah, I don't know.
Figure it out. Cool.
But all right, well, thank you guys for playing. I'm glad we're back doing it. And I will talk to you guys in a minute. Okay, let me figure out. It's been a while since I've done this. All right, there we go. Everyone, thank you for watching. I appreciate you. We'll be back next week Sunday with a new episode, and we'll see how they get through this crazy situation. Hopefully alive and not dead. That would suck. But until then, you guys have a wonderful night, and I will see all of your wonderful faces next week. So have a good night. Talk to you guys later. Peace out. Bye-bye.